Hare Krishna Maharaj, we are speaking about pure devotional service and the standard which we are supposed to reach to that level. But seeing such a high standard of pure devotion platform which we are supposed to attain, if even we are trying, but the standard which the Trasura is showing it, I think so it is so difficult. And even if we don't reach to the pure devotional standard, we are not going to get the lasting peace or the lasting bliss of Krishna consciousness. So now the thing is this way, that the age is increasing. We have spent so many years in Krishna consciousness, but the result is not coming up. Very less years are there in this material world. And the attainment of the goal is not going to be achieved. Then we have missed the bus. So now the age is small, the time is less, and the process is too long. The lesson is to be learned is too long or too big. Now what to do in these circumstances? Because we also want to have that place or that nectar which Vritrasura is attending, although the death is coming, but they are ready for it. We have not reached it. So can you just show us that what is the lesson or how to achieve that thing in such a short span of time which we have in this material world, and finish it off?
What you have spoken is very enlightening. It is the beginning of attaining our goal. To understand it's impossible for me. As long as you think it is possible for you, even in your devotional service, you'll always be under the illusion that you are the doer. Real devotional service is to understand it is impossible. Only by the grace of Krishna, only by the grace of Vaishnavas, it is possible. Vritrasura's only desire in life was to be the servant of the servant of the servant. He wanted to die so he could directly serve the servants of the Lord. That's all, nothing else. But he understood that it was only possible by the Lord's grace, by the grace of the Vaishnavas. It is impossible for you and me and all the rest of us. And that's the beginning, to realize that it's impossible. I can't do it. I have to give up thinking I'm the doer, and I have to surrender. And how do we surrender? Vritrasura actually surrendered in faith to that thunderbolt. He knew the thunderbolt represented the will of Vishnu. That's what it was about. That thunderbolt is the representation of the will of Vishnu. If we simply perform our devotional service sincerely and cultivate faith that if I just do this service of chanting, hearing, remembering, doing some puja, performing whatever other service I'm allotted, if I simply do that, I don't have to be somebody big, I don't have to be somebody small. If I just do it sincerely and understand that I'm doing it for Krishna, I'm doing it for Guru, I'm doing it for the Vaishnavas, and it is their mercy that will take me back to Godhead. If I simply please them, by their mercy I will be taken back to Godhead. Then you will be taken back to Godhead. We simply have to perform our service, however menial or great, with the proper attitude, and Krishna will take us back to Godhead. That is our faith, and that is our certainty, and that is the truth. Yes, we have so many anarthas, and Krishna is not taking them all away, because He wants us to become more humble. He wants us to become more sincere. He wants us to cry out for His mercy more sincerely. And if we do that, He guarantees He will take us back to Godhead. Prabhupada guaranteed, just do your service with this proper devotional attitude, Krishna will take you back to Godhead. So you didn't miss the bus. You're on the bus, and you're on the right bus. But don't get off. Because there's many stops. And every stop there's so many restaurants and hotels and cinemas and so many other attractions. Just stay on the bus. And just have faith. If I just stay on this bus with the proper attitude, Krishna will take me back home, back to Godhead. Internally, we simply have to surrender with faith in Krishna. That's the difference between bhakti and other processes. On the path of bhakti, we're completely dependent on Krishna's mercy. Cultivate Sridhar was just selling some banana leaves and some bananas and flowers, but he had complete faith in Krishna's mercy and in the Vaishnava's mercy. That's all. Cultivate that faith by hearing these beautiful stories from Srimad Bhagavatam. Nasta prayesya bhadreshu. When we hear about them, we gain faith. We have to know what we should pray for, what we should long for, what we should strive for. If you're striving for pure devotional service, Krishna's going to give it to you. Definitely. As long as you don't change your mind. If you're striving for mixed devotional service, karma mishra bhakti or jnana mishra bhakti, Krishna will give you that. If you want fame, if you want prestige, if you want power, if you want control, and you're doing your devotional service, Krishna may give you those things. You won't go back to Godhead. You definitely will not go back to Godhead for a long time, as long as that's your aspiration. But even if we have so many material desires and so many obstacles and anarthas within us, if our mind is fixed, this is what I want. I want to be humble. I want to be sincere. I want to be pure. I want Krishna is the center of my life. I want to be the servant of the servant of the servant. If you simply cultivate that desire as your ultimate goal, to be the servant of the servant, and you strive and orient your life to try to fulfill that desire, you will definitely go back to Godhead. Because Krishna sees your desire and He will intervene in your life. Preserve what you have, carry what you lack. Does that answer your question? So you should be happy and hopeful, providing you're on the right bus and you stay on.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on thesacredconnect.com.